Just the way she articulated herself with regards to all the findings and what was said. So we're standing here today, we're happy.
Celebrating the court's decision to deny bail to Tiffany Meeks, accused of killing her son. It seems there's nothing wrong with the 200 million price tag to fix one street in Johannesburg CBD. And a subdued Byana returned to South Africa after a poor showing at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
The Judicial Commission of Inquiry into Criminality, Political Interference and Corruption in the Criminal Justice System is set to cost almost 148 million rand over 6 months. This was confirmed in a Department of Justice and Constitutional Development letter to EWN. During a briefing in Sandton yesterday, Acting Deputy Chief Justice and Chairperson of the Commission, Mbuyiseli Madlanga, informed the media he was not in a position to talk about the cost. The Judicial Commission was established by President Cyril Ramaphosa to probe allegations of corruption and collusion within the criminal justice system made public by KZN Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi.
According to the department, the budget and SOP will cover organizational structure and reporting formats, information security and storage, monitoring and implementation mechanisms, compensation structures for commissioners, employees, legal professionals and researchers, administrative costs, including office leases, digital infrastructure and security arrangements. The department will also oversee procurement process for the Commission's operations, adding they've applied to National Treasury for a deviation from standard procurement processes and are currently awaiting a response. RN Singh, Eyewitness News.
2 more high-profile cases have been linked to controversial businessman Katiso Katie Molefe and the hitman he's been charged with.
As the SAPS, in terms of the investigation that is being conducted by the SAPS Political Killings Task Team, as well as Gauteng Organised Crime, they are adding 2 more cases on this particular issue or on in relation to the 4 accused. Now, the first case relates to the murder of Hector Buthelezi, DJ Vintos, as he was popularly known. He was killed in March 2022 outside a nightclub in Orlando East. He was killed in a hail of bullets. At the time, the suspects were driving a BMW X3. His killers were never found. We then move on to the same year, November 2022, where DJ Somebody and his 2 bodyguards, Sibusiso Mkwena as well as Sandile Mieza, are then also assassinated and killed in a hail of bullets in Woodmead. We then move on to March 2023, which is the second case. Mr. Don Dinveni is then killed on the N1 near the N17 off-ramp. He was in his 5 Series BMW when he was killed in a hail of bullets. That case also was never solved. We then move on to April 2024. Armand Swart is then killed in Vereeniging in a mistaken identity hit. So our investigation has now brought us to this point where we are linking the AK-47 as well as the 3 pistols that were found on the Armand Swart case and were linked to his case. We are linking them to the killing of Armand Swart, the same AK-47, killing of Armand Swart, the killing of DJ Vintos, who is known as Hector Buthelezi. We are linking that same AK-47 to the killing of DJ Somebody, his bodyguards, Sibusiso Mkwena, as well as Sandile Mieza. And we are also then linking it to the Don Dinveni murder as well as the Armand Swart killings.
The mother accused of murdering her 11-year-old son will remain behind bars until September. Tiffany Nicole Meek was arrested 2 months after her child's brutally bruised body was discovered near her Vleerhof apartment in May. Today, the Roodepoort Magistrate Court handed down its judgment denying Meek bail. Magistrate Annalene Africa gave 20 points of how Meek had deceived the court.
Today was Judgment Day for Tiffany Nicole Meek, mother who's been accused of murdering her 11-year-old son, Jaden Lee Meek. The magistrate, Annalene Africa, had stated that there were over 20 reasons why she was not granted bail. The Roodepoort Magistrate Court had stated that Tiffany Nicole Meek had deceived the court, hence not eligible to receive bail.
The applicant failed to satisfy this court that she discharged the onus in proving on a balance of probabilities that the interest of justice permits a release from detention in terms of Section 60, bracket 11B of the Act. Bail is accordingly refused for the applicant.
Now, this judgment had been met with jubilation from community members who have been following the case since the beginning. Some activists who were among the crowd had stated that people should continue following the case as they want justice for Jaden Lee Meek.
So if you had to see my reaction in court, I could have screamed, but I don't want to be told I can't come to court. I am happy. We support the police for what they've done. The state prosecutor was on fire, and we are very happy. We're very happy with the magistrate, just the way she articulated herself with regards to all the findings and what was said. So we're standing here today, we're happy.
Meek is set to return in court in September as the state continues with its investigations. Ndozo Kumalo, Eyewitness News, Roodepoort.
Government has thrown its weight behind a two-state solution for peace in the Middle East at a high-level conference at the United Nations headquarters in New York. Addressing the Assembly today, International Relations Minister Ronald Lamola has appealed to Hamas to release all hostages in Gaza, for Israel to release all political prisoners, and for it to stop its expansion into the occupied territories. This comes as the death toll in Israel's war on Gaza surpasses 60,000.
All obstacles to two-state solutions should be removed. These include an immediate ceasefire and a commitment to peace process. Peace must reverberate in the Gaza Strip, in the West Bank, and in the whole of the Palestinian territory. And this is in our hands.
UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has discussed a Gaza peace plan that may lead to Palestinian state recognition. He reportedly presented it to US President Donald Trump during their Monday meeting in Scotland. Trump has said the US and allies would help set up food centres in Gaza to address severe hunger. This follows France's recent pledge to be the first G7 country to recognise Palestine.
But we're going to be getting some good, strong food. We can save a lot of people. I mean, some of those kids that's real starvation stuff. I see it. And you can't fake that. So we're going to be even more involved. We did some airlifts before, some airdrops.
A forensic investigation has found the Independent Development Trust irregularly awarded a tender worth about R500 million to an unqualified company. In 2022, the IDT was appointed as an implementing agent to facilitate the purchase of oxygen plants at 60 public hospitals. IDT awarded the tender to a company called Bulletin at an inflated value of R428 million. Last year, the Department of Public Works appointed a forensic firm to probe the tender following allegations the tender was awarded to a company that did not meet basic requirements. Today, Public Works Minister Dean McPherson says one of the findings of the report was that Bulkang did not have accreditation from the South African Health Products Regulatory Authority, despite being awarded a tender to purchase medical equipment.
It was also determined that Bulking was awarded facilities with a total offer of R428 million, which exceeded their CIDB grading threshold of R200 million, which means that they did not qualify at all to be awarded that project.
A major drug bust at OR Tambo Airport today. EWN understands that a person travelling from a South American country was found with a large consignment of drugs believed to be cocaine. Police have confirmed that the suspect has been detained and taken for medical examination. We understand that police are conducting further investigations and will provide further updates. Staying with drugs, the judge in a high-profile murder trial involving alleged underworld figures has questioned the prosecution about how it'll deal with evidence relating to two of the accused who are now deceased. Alleged underworld gang boss Jerome Bison and 16 others face a slew of charges relating to the murder of steroid king Brian Weinstein in 2017. Security at the Western Cape High Court was beefed up today following the murders of co-accused Mark Liffman and Andre Nordier, who were shot dead in separate incidents in recent months.
A Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation detective who cannot be named today told the court she was part of the team who investigated Brian Weinstein's murder in 2017. As part of her investigation, she was given recordings of phone calls between alleged underworld figures Mark Liffman, Andre Nordier, Colin Bison and Jerome Bison. The captain says it became clear to her that Liffman, Nordier and the Bison brothers were part of an enterprise called the Brotherhood. The detective told the court the phone records allege Liffman, Nordier and the Bison brothers were associates for more than 20 years. Liffman and Nordier, along with 3 other accused, have been killed since the start of the trial. Carlo Peterson, Eyewitness News.
The trial of 6 men accused of murdering 18 people in Nsikisiki in the Eastern Cape has been postponed to tomorrow.
When proceedings resumed earlier, the state was expected to lead evidence from its first witness. But after submitting an additional document which includes some aspects of the case, accused one, the alleged mastermind behind the hit, Mzuki Sindamasi, said he needs time to go through the document as he is legally representing himself. The lawyers representing the other 5 accused also told the court they need time in this regard. While the lawyers said they needed only 2 hours, Judge Richard Brooks postponed the matter to tomorrow, something David King says the families are not happy about.
It was the same thing yesterday. New documents were found for them to be given to the attorneys and to the accused. My question is, why weren't they not given yesterday? So I'm becoming very skeptical now, in the sense that who knows tomorrow if it's not going to be the same. New documents are going to be given to the accused and the attorneys and delaying the whole process.
King said the families came to court with so many expectations, hoping the witness testimony will answer some of their questions. The matter will return to court tomorrow. Nhlanhla Mabaso, Eyewitness News, Lusikisiki in the Eastern Cape.
The case against a former municipal manager linked to the 2017 murder of ANC Youth League leader Sindiso Magaka has been remanded for legal representation. Zweli Banzi Sikosana was a municipal manager at the Umzimkhulu local municipality in KwaZulu-Natal, where Magaka worked as a councillor before he was shot in July 2017. Johannesburg Mayor Dada Morero has defended the hefty cost of repairing Lilian Goy Street in the CBD, explaining that the funds will also be used to upgrade the entire corridor. The busy street was severely damaged by an underground gas explosion 2 years ago, and the Metro has pledged to complete the repairs by the end of next month. Nearly 200 million rand has been set aside for the project, raising questions about the high cost of restoring just a portion of the 2-kilometre stretch.
We took a view to refurbish the entire Lilian Goy to ensure that we can extend the pavements, bring in trees, bring in street furniture, and perhaps maybe that is why the costs might have went as high as 194.
The Byana squad made a low-key return to the country following their disappointing showing at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. There were no adoring supporters or any of the fanfare normally associated with South African teams returning home from competing on the global stage. Byana went to the tournament as the reigning champions, but finished in 4th place after a heartbreaking 2-1 defeat to Nigeria in the semi-finals and a penalty shootout defeat against Ghana in the bronze medal match. Byana coach Desiree Ellis faced questions from journalists about their campaign as well as her future with the national team.
I'm not going to comment. I've been taken out of context on numerous occasions, and I think it's best that I don't comment on that, because already all over the media, what people are writing is not true. Certain things is not true. So when people write, they must get the facts right, first of all. They don't get the facts right, then they write the wrong thing. So
welcome back home, and thanks for watching.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.